Sound design has always been an important part of the filmmaking process for me. You know, I've done all the sound design on all of my films, and over time, I've come to see that it's far more than just support or just background. It makes the world feel alive. It gives the film breath, and it gives it movement, and it gives it presence. It makes it feel like it's lived in, you know? The way a space sounds, what you hear, what you don't hear, is all storytelling. With Liminality, I knew pretty early on that the second act was going to rely heavily on sound. In a lot of ways, it was going to make or break a scene. And that was exciting to me because I knew I was going to have the opportunity to push further with my sound design, really focusing on nuance and restraint and intention and character. Not just asking, okay, you know, what should we hear, but also what shouldn't we hear? How does what we're hearing relate to what the character is going through? For this film, we made a conscious decision to go deeper than we ever have before. Instead of, you know, relying on sound libraries, we've been recording everything ourselves. The atmospheres, the textures, the environmental sounds, all of it. We've gone to the locations and recorded all types of sounds instead of relying on a sound effect library. You know, even when it comes to Foley, where there are endless resources out there, millions of sounds, we still prefer to record it ourselves, because when you record it yourself, you're not just searching through thousands of assets online. You're creating exactly what your moment needs. You're shaping the sound to fit the emotion instead of forcing the emotion to try to fit the sound that you found. You know, for me, that kind of control is everything, especially in post. The sound in this film isn't just a background, it's a character. And I know everybody says that, but I think a good example would be, there's a moment with one of our characters. He's a cop, so naturally he has a gun. And at first the gun functions the way you would expect. It's familiar, it's grounded, and it just feels part of the world. But as the story progresses, as he begins to break down psychologically, that changes. The gun becomes an extension of his panic, his frustration, his inability to understand what's going on around him. And so the sound evolves with him. It gets heavier, maybe it gets a little louder, it gets more aggressive, and becomes less grounded in reality. You know, it's no longer just a prop. It's a reflection of his state of mind. And that sort of character-sound relationship is incredibly exciting. And that's what we're exploring with this film. You know, how can sound work psychologically? How can it pull you deeper into a character, deeper into a space, without you even realizing it? That's what's the most exciting part about it for me, because we're designing this entire landscape, this entire soundscape, sitting in a theater, you know, when it's done, hearing this film the way it was meant to be heard, where the sound isn't just there or isn't just a background, but it's actively guiding the audience's experience of the story, not just supporting the story, but becoming a part of it.